Is Wendy going to end up being the hero, or is she going to end up being the villain of Alien Earth? I am Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and I really want to answer this question because I love talking about Alien Earth. It's such a good show. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. This is going to be spoilery, so yeah. As we're halfway through the season right now, in the next episode, I think we're going to come across, maybe even episode 6, we're going to come across the big turning point for Wendy's journey, and that is whether Hermit is going to live or die. So there's 2 options there, and then there's 2 sub-options there. So in option 1, Hermit lives, and he's able to basically help Wendy transition to becoming Marcy and being who she was before she became a synthetic, and this is going to be true human immortality. Option 2 under Hermit living is going to be that he is there and he survives long enough to watch everything, despite his efforts, Wendy stay Wendy and become the villain. So then we have moving on to whether Hermit lives or dies. If he dies, then we see the story of Wendy reclaiming her identity as Marcy still, and going on to save all the other Neverland children and become the hero. And the second option under Hermit dying is that he dies, and then that kind of still puts her under the influence of Boy Cavalier, who is able to turn her into something even worse than what he is. Now, as far as which of those narrative directions, those really simple directions we can go, I think the most sinister one is that we watch Hermit live with his new lung and the xenomorph that grew out of his old lung, sitting there and watching Wendy slowly descend into being Wendy instead of becoming Marcy. Now, I think the hopeful thing is that Marcy is still somewhere available to get down in season 2, but I think the more sinister direction that is more thematically in line with the vibes of the Alien franchise is that Wendy stays Wendy and watches as Joe starts to hate her because she's not his sister like he thought she was. So I think that's probably what's going to end up happening, is that she may become the villain, but I don't want that to be true because I do want Wendy to reclaim her identity as Marcy, because that is ultimately, I think, more in line with Ripley saying middle finger to corporate America. And